Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and having a fantastic week so far as well. I just wanted to start off this video by saying a massive thank you to all you guys who have been helping out and supporting the channel over the last couple of months. And I've been trying to grind and put in a lot of time, effort into my video editing skills and trying to refine my skills here and bring you guys better content. And at the same time, like I said, they're refining some stuff on the Twitch side as well to help bring you some better content on the streaming side too as well. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all the new subscribers, the new followers on Twitch, and all the continued support from those loyal viewers who have been around since the beginning. So just a massive thank you to you guys. I wanted to make this video today because I kind of triggered a thought process in my brain, because I don't know what's been going on, whether there's been obviously more hype coming with the new patch 12.8, but I've seen a lot of newer players running around. I feel kind of bad because I feel like I'm bullying them half the time when I'm killing like a level 1, and I see him just kind of wandering around with like no idea what the hell he's doing. So it kind of like triggered a thought in my head when I was like, you know, see, I know there's a lot of the new players, when they get into the game, it's not so much the leveling process and like the traders they kind of worry about, is the money situation. And obviously I've made quite a few videos in the past when it comes to know how to make money quickly, and you know, the things that I do to continue to make money, and you know, because I've got links in the description for all that stuff. You can check out my channel for any of those videos also. But I wanted to speak a little bit about something what might help some of the new players, but also might help some of the existing players that aren't really kind of tuned in to the marketplace and like the kind of things that you can get and use the flea market to make money. Because there are a lot of items on there what you think wouldn't be worth anything because you try and sell them to the traders and they aren't really worth shit, but you trade them to the flea market for a specific reason. There might be a barter for something, or there might be a specific thing you need to use in the hideout to craft something, and it makes the value a lot higher than what you think it is. So I wanted to do a list of my top 5 things and top items in the game at the moment that are worth money that you might not think actually are, and worth quite a bit of money at the same time as well. So without further ado, I'm just going to roll the intro. I'm going to crack straight into this. But remember, guys, if you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button, like the video if you haven't already, and go to the link to the description below to check out my Twitch channel, because I stream on Twitch 3 days a week on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So make sure you go check me out over there as well. But enough of this. Let's get straight into the video. Have a good day. And just before I want to get into this video, guys, I just wanted to explain a little bit about how I pick some of the items that I put into this list, because I didn't want to add in keys and also certain items that you can't only find on certain maps, because it kind of like limits it a little bit for you only having to find them on certain things. So, like, there's some items that some people of you guys might actually know that you can find on, say, for reserve, for instance, and maps and also on labs, but can't be found anywhere else on the map. But for some people might know they're kind of worth a lot of money, but I've kind of gone for generic items for newer players who can, you know, go anywhere in the map and any map, and they can find these items pretty much anywhere without having to go to a specific map or a specific area to go get these. So I just wanted to clarify that first before kind of getting into the list of things, just to make sure you guys know that I've picked stuff that can be found anywhere on any of the maps at any point. So just getting into the first and number 1 thing on my list is water filters. You wouldn't think water filter would be worth quite a lot. You can get them kind of confused a little bit because you've got the water bottles and you've got the water filters. The reason why the water filter I think is so expensive is because it's used in the hideout to craft certain items. So you could use it in some of the crafting materials. I think it's to make super water. You have to use a water filter. Obviously super water is worth quite a lot of money, so it bumps the prices of these water filters up, but weren't usually worth anything, but selling on the flea market. And their current market value at the moment, as of checking today, is an average of 129,000 rubles. So it's a 2 slot and it fits in. You can pretty much find them anywhere. The main places that I've managed to find these, if you go into woods and the bunker areas, I find them on the floor there all the time, but you can find these also in duffel mags, you can find them in green crates, you can find them laying around spawn items. I mean, pretty much anywhere in the map you can find them, but I find them more regularly on the bunker area and woods. So if you ever go through that area, you can find them there quite regularly. Same with the 60 round mags for the AK 5.56 variant weapons as well, so you can check that out too. But like I said, 129,000 rubles, you can't really go wrong with making easy money like that. Just find these and then most of the time people wouldn't think it's worth anything, and you just sell it straight to the dealers, and you probably make 15-20,000 rubles. But make sure if you got the flea market, you can put it up there, make 129,000 rubles. That's nearly enough for an entire kit just off that one item that you might miss and sell to the wrong dealer. So remember, water filter, see it, pick it up, sell it to the flea market, you'll make a lot of money. Getting on to item number 2. So this one is actually a double because I thought I'd just combine both of these together because a lot of people don't realize it's actually worth quite a lot of money on the flea market. So fuel is one. Fuel obviously can be used to power the hideout. You need fuel to power all the aspects of the hideout when you're using it. But a lot of people just obviously think about using them straight away. But the fuels, if you don't play the game very much, they last forever. As long as you're remembering to turn the hideout off all the time, you can make one fuel last forever. And you get a lot of people who just kind of stockpile loads and loads of fuels. And they take up quite a lot of space. But if you don't realize, obviously other people do use them quite a lot. And you can sell them on the flea market. And there's 2 different types. So you've got the metal container fuels, what are like a bigger size. I think they're a 3x4, I think the size variant of those. And they're actually 105,000 rubles on average when you find those, and they're always kind of worth taking. I mean, they are very heavy, so you're kind of going to weigh you down in raid, but they're always worth taking. And the other fuel you can have, I think it's it's the 2x2, so it's a 4 slot, and that's the kind of plastic container fuels, and that's worth about 60,000 rubles. So either of those, you see them as always kind of worth picking up, unless you're finding something that was far better than that. But with that kind of like money per slot value, they're pretty decent. Yeah, even the big one, 105,000 rubles, like I said, it's worth picking up if you find it. So fuel is always a good one, but a lot of people miss out on that one, because, you know, I have the hideout, I might as well use it for the hideout, but most of the time, you're not really using half the fuel anyway. You can make one of those containers last you forever if you're remembering to turn it off and on. And now with 12.8, you've got the feature where if you try and exit the game without turning the hideout, the fuel off, it will remind you and give you a warning sign before you leave the game now. So without having that mistake, like I have plenty of times, you turn the fuel on, you come on to Tarkov for half an hour, you exit the game, you come back in again, you've used the entire fuel and lost yourself 100,000 rubles. Kind of a waste, so you always remember, and good to check that one out. And getting on to number 3 on the list. Number 3 on the list is pack of sugar. To some people, this is quite an obvious one, because sugar's been worth quite a lot of money on the flea market for a while, but to the newer players who would just pick it up and see it as a food item that you could just use in raid, you wouldn't realize how that can be used in the hideout to craft, obviously, expensive items, and this is the reason why it's so expensive. The prices on fuel, on packs of sugar kind of varies from up and down, but usually at the moment it sits between 60 and 70,000 rubles, and it takes up 1 slot. And I find these quite regularly. You can pretty much nearly find 1 or 2 of these a raid, and they can be found on any map, pretty much in any place. So duffel bags, medical containers, on the side loot, crates, containers, in scav pockets, in their bags, on other players. You know, dead bodies, room spawns, key spawns, that kind of stuff, all those areas. So, and even in jacket pockets. So sugar can be found pretty much anywhere, and it's a no-brainer not to pick it up and sell it on the flea market if you're not going to use it, or if you have the hideout to use it, you can obviously use sugar to craft better items and make more money from using the sugar that way. Or if you don't have that kind of like level of hideout unlocked yet, then you can just sell it on the flea market and make yourself a good bit of buck. So sugar is a really worthwhile one to pick it up. And like I said, it takes up 1 slot for 70k, so you're always worth picking those up, and remember to sell those ones to the flea market as well. And getting on to number 4 on the list. So 4 I was going for was the Polymade Fabric. Polymade. I can't pronounce this one correctly, so I apologize for that. Polymade. It's like, it looks like cloth. It's kind of pressed together. I'll put something on screen so you can see what it looks like, so it just makes it a little bit easier for you to actually like understand what I'm talking about if I can't actually say the word properly. So that's my bad. Yeah, so this is also worth about 60,000 rubles, so a little bit similar to the sugar pack. This is a 1x2, so it's 2 slots. So it's a bit bigger than the sugar, but it's still worth quite a lot. Again, this is something what's used to craft in the flea market, not in the flea market, sorry, in the hideout. So when you go to the hideout, you can use this to make other stuff with. Hence the reason why the prices were up. And again, this is something you can find pretty much anywhere. I think the main spawns for this is in duffel bags. You've got the secret stashes. You can find them in. I don't think they spawn in jacket pockets, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they can spawn in some of the containers. And they can be found on spawns and spawn in scavs. If you find them on their bodies as well. So they're the kind of main areas you can find that one. But this is, again, enough one to pick up that box. So I'll put something on the screen so you can actually see what I'm talking about instead of me talking out my ass and not even be able to say the word properly. At number 5 on the list, this is coming to the last one. And this one's not so much an obvious one. I didn't actually realize this was quite an expensive item until very recently when I was watching a YouTuber or a streamer pick up and when he was like, oh, that's expensive, and put it in there. I was like, why would that be expensive? I didn't really think about it. But it's actually an axe. So it's a melee weapon that you can find on scavs. That's the only place you can find it, from writing saying you can only find it on dead body scavs and scav boss, places like that. You know, all the scavs you can find on the map, there's a chance of it spawning on them. So most of the time they have that shitty little knife that they have, and but sometimes they'll spawn the axe. Now, if you get the axe, it's actually worth on the flea market about 50,000 rubles. And like I said, it's get a 1x2 slot, so it fits in, you know, pretty much any part of your container, or even be able to put it into your rigs and stuff like that. There's plenty of room for it, and it's worth a half bit of money, so it's always worth picking those up as well. I think the reason why this is so expensive is because it's got a really high damage melee attack, if I'm right in saying. So I don't know if you can one-tap head with it. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's got quite a heavy, high attack damage with that. So some people like to use it as a melee weapon when they're trolling around and fucking with newbies and just trying to kill people and slash them up with an axe. So what's not to like about that? But yeah, 50,000 rubles worth taking. So yeah, make sure to look out for that one as well. And for all you legends who have stuck around right to the very end of the video, so I want to say a massive thank you to you guys who are still here. I've actually added a bonus one in here for number 6 for you guys who have stuck into the end of the video. And that one is actually the Yonka Chocolate, if I'm saying that correctly again. Sorry for the pronunciation if I'm wrong at all. This is a tiny little chocolate bar again. I'm going to put something on screen so you can see what it looks like. It's got like a small child as a picture on it. It looks a bit funny. But this one, again, it's like I said, it's used in the barter trades and also used in the crafting in the hideout. I'm pretty sure you can actually trade the chocolate and you can actually make sugar using the chocolate. So obviously sugar being something more expensive, and you can use that as well. But the chocolate actually roughly swifts between about 44 and 30,000 for 40,000 rubles. It kind of moves up and down the market a little bit. I think at the moment when I checked, it was about 39,000 rubles. So again, it takes up one slot, and you would think it'd be just an item that you would take on the ground and you just eat it or drink it and obviously replenish your energy, but it's probably not worth doing that unless it's a last resort. Remember to stash that, get it out of the raid, and sell it on the flea market, because there's another extra thing you can get for money as well. And a massive thank you for all you guys who have got here. Like I said, you got the extra number 6 at the end for sticking around to the end of the video. So again, massive thank you to you guys who have stuck to the end. And appreciate you guys checking out another Escape from Tarkov video from me. There'll be more from this in the future, so don't worry about that. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. And again, thank you for all the continued support. Just a reminder for you guys who haven't already, if you haven't, remember to subscribe if you're new, like the video if you haven't already, drop a comment below if you have any kind of like constructive criticism, or you want to, you know, just give us a bit of a confidence boost with the videos. Always much appreciated. A lot of people have been doing that recently, so thank you very much. And I'll check you out in another Escape from Tarkov video. And also remember, again, if you haven't, check me out on Twitch. I'll stream 3 days a week. Come and ask me any questions there, anything like that you want to kind of get involved with the stream, and well, just enjoy some Escape from Tarkov content on there, because like I said, it's a little bit different. My streams are a little bit different from my YouTube videos, because it's more kind of be chilling with with other people, just chilling, having fun, that kind of stuff. But check us out there, and I'll speak to you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and see you guys next time.